Gamarjobat. Is it working? Yeah, it's working. Good. So you'll have to forgive me because I have this strange habit of speaking nakhavari kartuli, nakhavari inglusura. It's just probably because I'm nervous in front of a big group, and the first language that comes to my heart is Georgian. So I want to thank the organizers of Spotlight for extending me an invitation, because there are a lot of things that I want to tell you about what I've learned in marketing in Georgia over the last 10 years. And in particular, I want to tell you a little bit about the good work we've been doing at TBC Bank over the last year. So Nino and her friends thought it would be helpful if I just told you a little bit about who I am, because I think it's better if you know who's talking and what they have to say and where their expertise comes from. So I'm now in my 24th year. You can see all the gray hair probably from the back. I've been in marketing management, I've been a consultant, I've worked for a top 10 ad agency, and I've been in mobile telecom for the last 7.5 years before I came back to banking. I've worked with 13 operators, either as a group CMO or head of marketing or consultant, including some very large operators like Beeline, Telia, Sonera, I'll show you in a moment. 56 client relationships. Here are just a few of the clients that I've worked with in my career. Probably some of these are brands that you can very well recognize. I've worked in 25 client countries, and I've lived in 9 countries. Worked in 7 CIS countries. As it relates to Georgia, the first time I came to Georgia was 2004. 2005, Metro Media brought me here as the Director of Business Development, and I quickly joined Marketer.ge, where I not only launched the introduction of the Marketer brand, but also Bali Bichi. So I'm very proud that you can call me the godfather of Bali Bichi, and I think that should be in the pantheon of Georgian branding. And later on, after Marketer.ge, I went to Telia Sonera Eurasia, where they liked the work that I did here so much, competing against them in Telia Sonera's GeoCell, that they asked me to take over marketing for all 9 operators in the CIS and Eurasia. So I was a group CMO for them for a little bit. And after Telia Sonera, I went to STC, which is in Saudi Arabia. It's the largest mobile telecom in the Middle East, with 26 million subscribers, annual turnover $9 billion, and a marketing budget of $125 million a year. So I've had some different experiences of different scales compared to Georgia. While at GeoCell, you may recognize this brand. While at Telia Sonera, I supervised the brand initiative for the whole group. So we first launched this logo in Uzbekistan, and then it went on to Tajikistan, Azerbaijan, and then rolled out to Georgia. Now it's used throughout Europe in Telia Sonera. So I have probably the distinction to have developed 2 great brands in Georgia, Marketer.ge and GeoCell. And now I'm at TBC, where they already have a great brand, and now are asking me to make it greater. So let me tell you a little bit about what we've done this last year. Okay, at the end of 2012, TBC Bank recognized the need to refresh the brand, to bring in some new thinking. And the first thing they did was ask me to come back to Georgia, and the second thing they did is they hired DDB Warsaw, which is a recognized European ad agency based out of Warsaw, Poland. One of the reasons they brought DDB to the table was that DDB has, I think, somewhere like 15 banking clients, not only in Poland, but also Ukraine and Kazakhstan, and they've won more awards in their Poland office than any other European agency in the network. So they're very well respected, not only in Poland, but in Europe as well as within the banking sector. So I was about to join the bank, and DDB was here working on the communication strategy, and they went and did a series of focus groups with retail clients, and they said, tell us what you think TBC Bank looks like. If TBC was a planet, what would it look like? And these are some of the visuals very calm, very cool, active, very elegant, elite, sophisticated, cultured. And that's how TBC Bank is seen in the market. Probably no surprise to you. But then they ask clients, tell us what an ideal bank would be like. And these are some common words that I think we'd all expect to see from bank clients. But were probably not represented well at TBC a year ago. Focused on customer needs, helping people, caring, listening, a lasting relationship, we grow together, stable, trustworthy. I think it's fair to say that a year ago, probably very few banks were able to deliver on all of these brand promises 100% of the time in the ways that customers would like them to. So I was sitting in Saudi Arabia about a month before I made the trip to Georgia, and the marketing group and our agency, local agency at that time, Winforce, was sitting in Warsaw, and they went there for a brainstorming session. And they said, how could we develop a campaign that would deliver on the closer strategy, this idea that we're going to be closer? And I was sitting in Saudi Arabia listening on my iPhone, doing a little Skype call with a little 4-centimeter picture of people in Warsaw, listening half in Georgian, half in English, and a little bit of Polish. And they were telling me about this idea about the Three Musketeers. We want modern musketeers. And I just listened there calmly, quietly. I said, this will never work, this will never work, this will never work. Don't tell them now, tell them later. And then later that night, they sent me this PowerPoint. And when I saw these two slides, I got it. They said, it's not the old musketeers, it's the new musketeers. It's updated, it's something modern, it's something fresh. They demonstrate all the brand values that we need them to, but they do it in a very, very modern way. And it made sense to me. It was at that point, before I got on the plane to come to Georgia, that I said, this makes sense and let's do it. Now, probably, I think everyone that's in this room would have seen some of this creative by now, but probably the one you remember the most is the first one on the top, the so-called garderobe scene, which in November created quite a stir in Georgia. And I could tell you that a lot of my team, I remember at 2 o'clock in the morning, sitting in bed, SMSing my team. Did you see that on Facebook? Did you see what this guy said on YouTube? It was a pretty harsh reaction in social media. And in the first few days, we didn't know what to really think about the market's reception and response to the Three Musketeers. And in fact, I knew that there were some questions when one day I went to my mother-in-law and I said, and it was the first time in 10 years the woman turned to me and she said, and it was that moment that I realized everything was not clear, because this woman loves everything I do. She likes the way I tie my shoes. That's how my sidreder is. So we had a lot of people calling, you can imagine, experts. Everyone with a Huti Tetriani Sitwa wanted to call us and tell us what they thought about the Three Musketeers. And I kept telling people, because I've been through this before, it's not the first company I've launched something like this, I said, wait, let's see how the market reacts. Social media is not the market. Now let me show you some focus group results. This is as of March, so at this point the campaign has been working for 6 months. And I need to go a little faster because I see the timer here. Customers said they were truly memorable. Everyone knows that the Three Musketeers is TBC Banks. Everyone associates Musketeers with TBC. Good, so we have recognition. Generates trust and higher interest towards the bank. Good, I like that. That means advertising's working. And then, this is the one I really like. After the 3M clips, the Three Musketeers, this is about 5 months after the campaign started, they told us, I think TBC Bank is friendlier, more honest, warmer. They have more diverse products, innovative products. It's a bank that cares about people. It offers you friendship, and here's my favorite, that's our logo. So people heard what they needed to hear. Now I'm going to show you some statistics. It's not what I think, because what I think is not really important. But I'm going to show you some statistics to show you what the market thinks about before and after this campaign launched. We're in the process of entering the London Stock Exchange. Some of you may have heard that this month. So we're at a moment where I can't tell you many specifics. And as I expect some of my competitors are here, I also don't want to tell you some specifics. But I will open up the books, I'll open up the data, and show you some things that you might find interesting. We have 8 brand parameters. 4 of them are emotional, 4 of them are rational. I can't tell you what they are because it's our secret sauce, it's our secret recipe, and I'd prefer my competitors not know what they are. But some of them are words you'd recognize, like trustworthy, innovative, this type of words. On the left side here, we have the emotional. And you can see this is where we were before the Three Musketeers, and this is where we are today. Emotional 2, emotional 3, emotional 4. Out of the 4 emotional parameters that we track, we took leadership position. Number 1 position in the banking sector in Georgia. And we did that in just 1 month. This survey is showing you from the baseline in October through December. On the rational side, we made progress on nearly all of them and took leadership in 1 of them. And here's an interesting slide that I think will get people really excited. We also take a look. We ask other banks' clients, what do you think about TBC? And this is another bank. I can't tell you which one it is. It's orange if you can't see it. And here are the emotional parameters, here are the rational parameters. This is gold. It's okra. So I know some of the experts that were calling me were in the room today, and I've been waiting 7 months to show you this slide. This is what we want. We want our other competitors' customers to fall in love with us. And I think we're on the path to do that. Today, we're in month 7. Out of the 8 parameters that we are tracking, we maintain leadership in 5 of them. 2 of them are neutral, and 1 has actually gone backwards. But I think the Three Musketeers for us has shown long-term value. There are some detailed clips that I wanted to show you around awareness, recall, comprehension. It happens for every campaign we do. People remember it, people understand it, people recall it. But here's the one I really like because I'm out of time. The loan campaign with the BMW X-Huti. In December 2013, generated 46%, almost 60%, increased number of loans, and it doubled the loan volume. Thank you very much. I hope you'll keep watching the Three Musketeers and the good things they do for TBC Bank.